James Melendez, James the Wine Guy, beautiful Carménère before us, so stay tuned for this review. So I looked at my video reviews and I thought, okay, there has to be one Montes Alpha review, and guess what? There was not even one. And that's because this category, beverage art forms and wine, is very expansive. And so even at 2,050 videos, I've barely scratched the surface. And that's a wonderful thing, because imagine if we had scratched the surface at 1,000. But that just shows the amazing complexities of this beverage art world. And so that's meaning there's so many things to try, so many adventures ahead. I want to show you a map where Colchagua Valley is, or I also refer to this as Valle de Colchagua, where this wine is coming from. So right here is Santiago, and southwest of that is the Colchagua Valley, or Valle de Colchagua. And so you definitely get the coolness from evening time from the Pacific. And so I think this is a really beautiful wine. I love all of Montes Alpha. In fact, the first Montes Alpha wine I tasted was the Syrah, and that was love at first taste. And for me, I thought, okay, this country, wonderful country of Chile, has some beautiful wines and can do such an amazing job. So Chile is really reflecting into that optimum vitis vinifera world, or the wine grape world. So let me show you more of this wine right here. Montes Alpha Carménère, the 6th Bordeaux variety, 2012 vintage. The DO is Colchagua Valley, or as I refer to it as Valle de Colchagua in Spanish. So it's state bottled, back panel for your inspection right here, 14.5% ABV. I'm going to read you a bit of the copy here. So it's referring to the dry farmed statement here. And I think this is important because not just in Chile, but in California in particular, this drought hopefully someday will end. It has to, or maybe not. I think ultimately it says about wine grape cultivation is that dry farming is not necessarily going to be a luxury. It's going to be a requirement. And I think ultimately it's going to be a thoughtful thing for the earth, and when things hopefully will return to normal as soon as possible here in Northern California, and California in general, is that you'll get back to an even more sensitive footprint on the environment and the planet as it relates to winery operations, as well as vineyard management and so forth. So here we go. I'm just going to read a bit of this copy here. So it says, dry farming regime developed by Aurelio Montes and his team after years of research and investigation. This viticultural practice now allows us to determine the exact level of irrigation required by vines after the winter rains, resulting in a 65% decrease in water usage. And I think that is really the key point. It is going to be something that, in California, for example, I believe there's only a dozen or so. I'm sure other people are going to say, oh no, there's about 3,500 of them. But ultimately, there's very few, true dry farmed or even reduced, or maybe a regiment of somewhat dry farmed vineyards in California. You do have that here, and I think that it's a leader in terms of that dry farming practice, and I think we can get there. So back to the wine, Carménère. It's something that at first when I tasted Carménère, I thought, I'm not sure I really like this variety, and after a while it becomes this very haunting, beautiful, lyrical, and it's clearly in a Bordeaux set of wines, if you will. That this is really that definitive, where fruit meets the herbaceous qualities as well as spice notes. So here we go first to the scent characterization, flavor profile, and the point score. So in this scent characterization, I'm getting notes of blackberry, boysenberry, allspice, cardamom, jasmine, and a hint of violet as well. Next is the flavor characterization, then the point score. I love the firm handshake of the herbaceous notes going to the fruit notes. I think it's really, absolutely sublime and beautiful. So notes on this include blueberry, tayberry, additional notes of black plum, fennel, thyme, pepper, and bay leaf. I give this wine a 9.3 out of my 10.0 scale. Think of that as 93 points out of 100 points. So do me a favor, list your favorite Carménères below, and maybe your favorite wines from Montes Alpha. We can also continue the dialogue on a variety of social medias. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, LinkedIn, as well as Instagram and WordPress. Do me another favor, give a like to this video, share this video on Twitter, share this video on Facebook, and additionally, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching me today. Stay tuned for more. Salud.